All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And as you can see, man, the update patch notes just got released for update 5.7. And I know I'm a little bit late in the posting of this video, but apologies for that. I'm gonna run through this really quickly because there is a lot of stuff to cover in this, and I don't want to make this into a 30-45 minute video. So that being said, man, let's get right to it because I know a lot of you guys are probably tired of hearing my voice because over the last couple of days I've released quite a few videos. So first and foremost, we're getting 4 new characters, the Warriors of the Sky, and the only thing that really matters here is the Awaken skill and the acquisition method for the characters, because everything else is basically saying the same. Alright, so the Awaken skill is actually looking way more powerful than I thought it was going to be because we couldn't see the full list of all the effects while we're in the APK, right? Because we didn't have the materials to upgrade it completely, but it's looking pretty busted, and it looks like once you get it to level 6, that damage that it was lacking before, which was my #1 complaint, may actually be there now because you're getting the crit rate buff, the crit damage buff, all attack, ignore dodge, and the invincibility. So that's pretty insane, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see just how much stronger these characters end up to be when we actually get that skill up to level 6. As you guys know, I'm pretty disappointed with the War Tiger, so I'm looking forward to seeing how much stronger he is. Hopefully there is like a hidden buff on this guy, but from what I'm seeing here, everything is just basically staying the same. And then we have Shadow Shell, right? I told you guys, do not use your tier 2 selector on her, even though she looks really good, and that's because there's so many different ways you can acquire her, even more than War Tiger, right? You can get her in the shop, you can get her in the Shadowland selectors, you can get her in the Shield Lab, and you can also get her in the Shield Academy because there are going to be new challenges. Okay, so that's really good that they're making her so free to play friendly, and she's actually a very good character, right? Basically the only thing she's missing on her kit is a heal, and she'll be pretty much perfect. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much stronger she actually turns out to be. Then we have the Syrian Sunbird, the paywall in the update. However, even though he's the only character that you have to spend money for, pretty much everybody who pre-registered, right? Actually everybody, regardless of whether or not you pre-registered, you're going to get 10 biometrics for the character. And in addition to that, there is going to be a Warriors of the Sky event battle to give you even more biometric for this guy. So this is a very generous update, very free to play friendly. So shout out to the Future Fight team for that. I'm going to have a lot of fun with these new characters, that's for sure. And then we have the 4 new uniforms, 3 of them being free to play. You can pick them up in story missions, basically as first clear rewards. First you get Iron Man, then you get Black Widow, then you get Captain America. So basically in this entire update, there's only 2 things that you actually have to buy. Actually, there's three, yeah. You can buy Sharon Rogers' uniform, you don't have to, right? But if you want her to be better than she was previously, you can buy her uniform. You can buy Syrian Sunbird, like biometrics from the monthly selector, and you can buy the Blue Dragon. Definitely a free to play friendly update because 2 out of 3 things can be attained even as a free to play player. So yeah, shout out to the Future Fight team for that. And then apparently we're getting 9 new tier 3 characters. No, we're not. Anyways, this is a typo, right? But I've seen so many people like quoting these guys word for word. We're actually going to be getting tier 3 like Hulkling. Come on. Hulkling is barely a tier 2. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, basically these guys right here are going to be getting their level 70. I absolutely despise when characters that are garbage get level 70 because nothing is going to change for them. And the interesting part about all of this is, to me, is the fact that Gwenpool for some reason did not get level 70, even though she should have gotten level 70 last month when she got her uniform. Doesn't make sense to me. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Then we have Crescent in her tier 3 skill there, looking really good. I'm just going to save my final judgment for Crescent. When I get her on my account, I'll give you guys the final verdict. Just leave it like that. I've seen people say she's going to end up being the weakest combat character in the game. I don't know if that's going to be true. I think it's really hard to be weaker than Black Panther, and that's sad to say because I really like Black Panther, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. now we have the Warriors of the Sky down here, and it's showing you the conditions to unlock their awaken skill. Basically, you just need to have them on your roster at level 60, and the one you want to awaken, you have to have them at level 70. This tells us that in the future we will be getting more characters that get awakened skills, right? Basically, we're gonna have a tier 2.5, or if a character that's already tier 3 gets it, it's going to be a tier 3.5, which tells us that tier 4, which a lot of you guys seem to think was coming this year or even next year, right? No, that's not going to be coming anytime soon, because we only have like what, 20 something, actually it's going to be like 21 tier 3 characters in the game. With the drop of this update, there's over 200 characters. To put tier 4 in the game, you would need to have at least, I would say, 60 or 70% of the roster at tier 3. So this tells us that tier 4 is long in the future, and tier 2.5 slash tier 3.5 is going to be a thing, right? It's going to be even more interesting than seeing these guys get it. It's gonna be even more interesting when a tier 3 character gets it. Imagine Jean Grey or Thanos getting an awakened skill. Imagine Thanos and the Black Order, right? Getting a team up skill like this. That's crazy. The children of Thanos attacking for him, and he's just throwing out this. I don't even know what he's gonna throw at you, because he's throwing a moon at you right now, right? And he's throwing like a vortex at you now. So what is he gonna throw at you next, right? Crazy. Anyways, then this is talking about the awakened crystals and how you can get it. Is basically just a random drop, just like CCF and World Boss, and there is no inventory limit. This is showing you how you can upgrade it. This is also showing you the story. You already know about that already, and this is telling you that you can resume it at any time. That's really good. You're not forced to sit there and play it for an hour or so, because it is time consuming, but I think it is fun, challenging, and rewarding, and I love the customizability to all of that. All right, and then we can see right here, this is just basically telling you how your character gets upgraded in the story, right? So after you clear each chapter, that's when you get some growth rewards there. That's really good. And also the story mode actually drops a lot of goals, so it's going to be something you want to clear every single day, so you're going to have to make some time for it, no? So if you guys got used to like just running through absolutely everything on autoplay for like an hour and just being done for the day, this might throw a monkey wrench in your plan, because this actually gives decent rewards, and it gives you a chance of getting, let's go down here, right, a really good reward. It's a 0.00, actually I don't even know what the actual percentage is, right, but people are saying it's a 0.0001% chance, and it's not very good. Either way, just a chance of getting these premium items are good enough for me, because it was either that or nothing. Which one do you want? Right? Do you want a 0.001% chance at a good item, or do you want a 0% chance at a good item? I'll take the 0.001% chance. I'm just saying, I may not ever get it, but as long as it's possible and someone else can get it, I'm fine with that. I've never gotten a CTP from GBR, but I've seen plenty of people get it. So for me, knowing it's possible, knowing it's there, makes me very happy. And one day I could get it, because I have gotten like premium cards and CTPs from World Boss Ultimate booty boxes. It doesn't happen very often. It only happens like, I would say, maybe once or twice per year, which is not very often, but these items are premium for a reason, right? If everybody could get it as easy as like 1, 2, 3 ABC, then these items would lose value, right? So yeah, that's just me. They're talking about the Shield Academy here and how you receive Odin down here. So I see people actually upset about this. Some of y'all big mad, saying that you wanted them to send you a 6-star Blue Marvel and a CTP of energy even if you already got it. How entitled do you have to be? Like realistically, I would have loved it if they admitted so it was a check-in reward just like last time. So I got Blue Marvel, biometrics, and a CTP, right? Because, you know, human nature, greed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have liked to get it twice, but just because they're not giving it twice doesn't make this bad. They're basically making it so that people who didn't get the time that we had to clear this piece of content and get the final rewards have a chance to get it now. Honestly, I don't see a reason for anyone to complain here. If you didn't clear the story in its entirety, you're going to get a 6-star Blue Marvel and a CTP of energy. It's fair for everyone, so I'm good with that, right? Would I have liked it if they had sent me a free CTP of energy and 256 bios for Blue Marvel? Of course. because when he gets a uniform in the future, I'd have a lot of bios on deck. But it's all good, man. And then they're like playing with the difficulty of the challenges for Quicksilver here. There's a lot of stuff to cover here. We already knew about the support hero thing for Dimension Mission, so that's pretty good. And they actually tweaked this a little bit more to make it so that if you are a VIP, you have a higher chance of getting double rewards. So that's good, right? They're making it so that people who support the game have a little bit more of an edge when it comes to material farming. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little bit more incentive to spend a little bit of cash. And then we have the Blue Dragon package here, which we already knew about, right? Just like Emma Frost, Iceman, and Sabretooth. And this right here is just gonna speed up when you're rolling for the perfect CTP, which is really good. Sometimes it's really frustrating having to go back and select. So that's pretty cool. And then this change right here I actually really like. The fact that now you can just upgrade your gear from 1 to 20 in one go, that's really good. For new players, it may actually be bad because you may run out of materials on just one gear, but for people like me who have a lot of resources, flying through it is actually really good. I'm happy they didn't make it so you could actually do that from 20 to 25, because I know someone out there would try that and then have their entire inventory just disappear and just be super sad and super salty. Also, this feature right here is absolutely amazing. You can actually select the number of runs you want to auto repeat, and you can just walk away. As long as you stay connected to the internet and you don't run out of energy, you'll get your clears. So that's actually really good. It's a feature that I've seen in KOF and I want it in future fights, so it's a good direction to go, right? Really like that. And moving on down here, we have a couple more quality of life changes. This one right here really speaks to my soul. Being able to turn off the chat and filter it is absolutely amazing, because sometimes you have those fools that go into the public lobby and they just start spamming nonsense and you just want to shut them off. So it's really nice. Next thing we need to see though is a private messaging system. That would be dope, right? And then we have a change here to the layout in the shop, making things easier to find. And then we have this big one right here. Cosmic Cube Fragment drop rate increased by 1.5 in World Boss Ultimate plus World Boss Striker reorganization. A lot of people are going to be happy about this post and upset about this post at the exact same time. So first and foremost, right, in the November update, they changed how the World Boss Ultimate co-op skill works. However, because it was making World Boss Ultimate so easy, because Weapon X would apply so much defense down, Negasonic was applying so much defense down, Scarlet Witch was constantly mind controlling the boss, same goes for Rachel Summers, people were upset about it. I was one of them. It was making it so easy. It was making it so that characters that were barely even good enough to do like stage 10 or 15 before can now all of a sudden do like stage 16 World Boss. I've seen it myself. People like Hulkling. You know how bad and broken the system has to be when a character like Hulkling, who struggles on stage 1 of Shadowland, can all of a sudden do stage 60 in World Boss Ultimate? Like, nah, bro, that was definitely not good to the overall health and well-being of the game mode. So I'm not too mad about this being reverted, but the thing is, you've shown people the way. You've shown people something that they can never unsee, and then taking this away from them is definitely going to breed hostility. So you're gonna have to find a different way, and I don't think adding more HP and defense to the boss is actually going to be the way. So yeah, World Boss Ultimate is definitely going to need some kind of facelift, some kind of revamp because of what you guys did, and it cannot be to go back to what was just RNG when the strikers pop in. I was for it when I didn't think there was a better way, but then when you showed us a better way, you can't just go back and say, yeah, we showed you something, but because it turned out to be too OP, we're going to take it away and yeah, go back to what you were doing before. No, you can't do that. Like, as much as I would want it to be that way, just because I like the challenge being there, right? You can't. You basically showed people a solution to a math problem. You can't just give them the answer and then change the freaking thing back to normal. You can't do it. So they're gonna have to find a way to make this thing like more fun, more challenging. And it's nice because the reward for CCF, I would have liked it if it was all tier 3 materials, but it's nice that the CCF drop rate is being increased. However, you should know that this might actually be preparing us for what could eventually be happening, which may mean that starting this year, we may actually start seeing multiple updates that have multiple tier 3 characters, right? But I don't think that's a good way to go about it, because then we're going to start getting even weaker tier 3s than people like Black Panther. Not what we want. I would rather it stay the same. It's just one per update. However, keep in mind that this may not actually be something we need to worry about in the form of new tier 3s. They may actually be doing this because they saw that last year, not too many people were able to tier 3 characters simply because there were so many tier 2 natives. So this increase to the drop rate may actually be to help people catch up a little bit, especially since now we're having this awakened skill, this tier 2.5 or tier 3.5 get added to the game. And that's going to also be a material crunch. That's also going to take up a good bit of CCF. So this change right here may actually be to offset that. I'm not sure if the 1.5 times is actually going to be just how often you get CCF, or it's going to be an increase to the amount. So if you were getting 17 per drop, maybe now you'll be getting like way more than 17. We'll be looking out for that, and we'll talk about it at a later time. Last thing we need to talk about down here is Alliance Battle Extreme Mode High Score Guide. Basically, this is not a guide. Every time these guys mention Alliance Battle Extreme, it's just a way for them to say, hey, we're moving the cap again, right? And if I cared about ABX, I would be upset about this, because they're basically just increasing the cap and keeping the rewards the same. It's basically one of the stupidest things in this game. People still pump a lot of money into this game mode, and the Future Fight team just keeps shitting on them. It makes no sense to me why you guys would do this. If you're going to touch Alliance Battle again, revamp it, rework it, just like you did for story missions. You're making a lot of money off people from playing this game mode. I think these people actually deserve to get something in return for the fact that you guys just keep moving the finish line as soon as they make it to the end. As soon as these people buy a whole bunch of CTPs of Rage and put it on their character, change up their cards, build up a whole bunch of different characters to hit the cap for every single day, you guys decide to then move the finish line and then ask them to do even more work for the same reward, or to maintain the spot that they already achieved. This is absolutely asinine. It makes no sense to me why you guys keep doing this, but at the exact same time, I know why you're doing it, right? It doesn't make sense, but I know why you're doing it. You're doing it because people are still pumping money into this game mode, and this will not stop until people actually realizes that the way to get change is to stop spending money on ABX, stop playing it, and start making more complaints. I'm just saying, it's a very free-to-play friendly update. However, this move right here is just to milk the 1%ers who actually want to watch their characters play in AT, because you're not playing AT, you're just watching. So yeah, there's some bug fixes down here, which is really good. It is nice to see that the massive list of bugs that were in 5.6 is being addressed for the most part. And at the bottom here, it says, starting with the January update, we'll be preparing more characters and improvements this year. I hope that you will look forward to more updates in the future. So basically what they're saying here, to me anyways, is that starting in January, we'll be seeing more character reworks. However, they said with the January update, there's no character rework in this update. Crescent didn't get a rework, right? So I'm kind of confused. None of the uniforms are really reworks. I guess if that's what you're calling rework, then I guess it's a rework, but no, okay, the new uniforms are not reworks. We want to see reworks to the base model for some of these characters like Blade, Ghost Rider, etc. Right? So hopefully this is what this means here, because that would be pretty dope. We've been asking for characters to get reworked on a more consistent basis, and if that's what they're telling us right here, I'm here for it. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Till next time, stay safe. I love you guys. Peace out.